DC here, and I am so mad. You're not going to believe it. I just did a whole turkey show showing you all how to cook a turkey and what I do, and the recorder didn't record. That's okay. I just now got it in the oven. Well, this is going to be the fastest how to cook a turkey you've ever seen. Here's what we did. We loosened the skin. We shoved butter up underneath the skin. I shoved spicy pork rinds ground up with regular pork rinds. It was 2 bags of spicy and 2 bags of regular ground up, and I put a tablespoon of sage poultry seasoning in with the pork rinds and a tablespoon of black pepper. You don't have to use all that flavor. Use whatever flavor you like. Then I stuffed some of the pork rind mixture up under the skin with the butter. I put some on top, I put some inside, and then we've coated 2 bacon strips over the thighs to keep them juicy, and I've dotted butter around there to keep those juicy. What we're trying to do is infuse this bird with flavor and to keep it moist. Does it make sense? Let me bring you over and just let you take a look, since the entire video didn't record. So here is the bird. Like I said, we've got butter and bacon over the legs because they tend to be dry. We've got the pork rind mixture on the inside. I mean, it's not stuffed full. I just threw some in there. And then we have pork rind under the skin with the butter under the skin, and then pack some on top. Like I said, the bacon is also to help keep those legs from being too dry. And that's about it. I said that I normally put apples and onions up on the inside, but I'm not going to do that this year. And hence I put the bacon for more fat, trying to keep it as juicy as possible. Now, here's what I do with a turkey, because this is just the easiest thing. I put the oven on 275. Yes, you heard me. 275, low temp. It's midnight right now in the house, and I will put the lid on. If you don't have a roaster, I paid $10 for mine at the thrift store. If you don't have a roaster, put it in a big metal bowl and put foil on top of it. That's what I did for years. And it works just fine. But just cover up your turkey some way, because you want to put it in the oven completely sealed. Okay, maybe a couple of holes you poke in the top of the foil, you know. But this will be fine. This will let the heat out, but it will also keep moisture in. 275, it's midnight now. I'm going to check on it when I wake up in the morning, maybe about 8 or 9. Yes, I cook it slow for like 9 hours. This isn't a carving bird. This is an eating bird. Oh, it's going to be so delicious. Can't wait. I love you all. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to keep up with the insanity. And I'm going to throw on, because this has ended up being so short, I'm going to throw on a sugar cookie recipe that I did earlier. Hope you enjoy that. Bye-bye. Hello, Grandma DC here, and I'm back. I know I was going to do a turkey, but when I got it out of the sack, opened its little legs up, and it was still frozen on the inside. Plus my hands were aching from washing dishes and almost freezing cold water in the hose. So I just decided I'm going to get some coffee, warm up my hands, and let's do sugar cookies. That'll warm up the kitchen. So I got a recipe off of the craft site. It was just for a regular sugar cookie. But I'm going to kind of zip it up with my great-grandmother's ideas, and we're going to, of course, do it sugar-free. And first thing I did was, since my hand's hurting, Angus jammed my wrist. He didn't mean to. I'm going to put in a chunk of cream cheese, a block of it, and 1 stick of butter into my food processor. I think this is going to make it just so much easier. Typical cookie recipe. You start with your butters, in this case cream cheese and butter, and sugars and an egg and vanilla, and you mix it together. That's it. Simple, simple. Okay. So these probably aren't at room temperature enough, but if they were at room temperature, it would still be solid because it's cold in here. I have 1.5 cups of a mix of erythritol, monk fruit, and stevia in here. I mixed my own. This isn't the one I flavored. This is just plain. And I've measured it out. It's 1.5 cups. I'm not going to use it all. I'm going to save a little bit back. Only for, and I mean just like a tablespoon or so. And I'm just going to use that for dipping my cup in when I smash them out. You know how to do that. Everybody knows how to do that. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Did I tell you the story about teaching someone to cook the other day while I was at work, and I said, a cap full of vanilla, and they took the bottle and just dumped it in? Cute. You know, it still didn't taste bad. I don't think you can use too much vanilla. Happy accident, I told her. Oh, it wasn't an accident. She did it on purpose. So here you go. All right, we're going to pulse this. Oh, that's so much easier on my wrist. I hope this works. Maybe we'll just let it go. Why do I never have my spoons where I need them? Why? So, yeah, that seems to have worked pretty well. If it wasn't so cold in here, it'd be really nice. I'm going to stir that around. We're going to pulse it a little more until it's a little bit softer. Taste. Yummy. Oh, that is good. Now I'm going to add 1 egg. 1 large egg if you want. 2 little ones if you got them. We're going to pulse that. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and that's my great-grandmother. She always added heavy whipping cream to her sugar cookies. Or milk, which was heavy milk. Back then it was real milk. Yeah, I'm going to put just 2 tablespoons in here. Another reason for putting the extra liquid in, well, outside of I enjoy the fats in my cookies, of course, keto, but is we're going to be using coconut flour, and it really soaks up the liquid. Now I'm going to turn this on and just let it run for a little bit. So we'll be back. Now this is looking heavenly, just like the start of a cookie with a fluffy, fluffy, sweet vanilla batter. Well, you know what? I'm just going to take my spoon, leave you all, and just eat that whole thing. Oh, wow. And you can put a little bit of cinnamon in them if you like cinnamon in your sugar cookies. I just like mine plain vanilla. So now we're going to take the dry ingredients. And I'm thinking about mixing them in here because of my arm hurting. Let's see if that's going to work. And I'm going to take, I just bought myself some new coconut flour because the ghost that took mine never brought it back yet. I have no idea where it went. And I'm going to put in, I wrote down 3/4 cup. Oh, it smells good. Nice and fresh anyway. Here's my little cup measures. Here's my 1/4, my 1/3, my 1/2, and a whole. I'm going to put in 3/4 cup. Isn't that the cutest thing? Looks like a jar when you put it all together. There it is. And I'm going to zip that again. Okay. Now we talk about how thirsty coconut flour is, and you can see it got real thick in there real fast. I am going to, it just gets better and better. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to add it to my other 2 dry ingredients, which is going to be 1 cup of almond flour. It don't fit. Well, we found something about these that we don't like. I'm going to do 1 cup of the almond flour. I have no idea where my cup measurement spoon went. Must have gone with the ghost and the coconut flour. Alright, put in 1 cup of almond flour. And then we're going to put in a big teaspoon of baking soda. Remember, most cookies call for baking soda. The dogs are going to bark. The chickens are all up since we had a phantom outside last night. So they're all safe. Now, like I said, this dough is coming out of here really stiff. If it's so stiff that I can't stir the other dry ingredients into it, we will add a little more heavy whipping cream. Take care of that, no problem, straight away. I may have to lick out this bowl. Oh, the humanity. My hope is that I can get this all incorporated. I know that sugar cookies are a pretty stiff dough, and then you can chill them and cut them into shapes. Okay, Dollar Tree store spoon, not that great for stirring. Good for scraping, not for stirring. Try big metal spoon got from the Amish store. Let's try that out. Okay, we're doing it now. We may have to resort to hands, ladies and gentlemen, just to get this all mixed together. But I do want a nice stiff cookie dough, so that's what it's going to be. Yes, that is nice. I think we got the measurements just about right. Okay. I am going to put this between parchment paper, roll it up, and chill it. See if I can show it to you. Get it all together. Here we go. It's all together now. It's very buttery. It's very cream cheesy. We've got all that worked in. I'm going to wrap it in parchment paper. We're going to chill it. Then we're going to, take pieces of it, probably like so. Roll it out. Maybe cut some shapes. I'll get to use my antique cookie cutters I have hanging on the wall, which I don't use very often. And we'll be back. Cookies are just that simple. We're also going to sprinkle these with some of my butterscotch infused erythritol monk fruit stevia. Oh yeah. Oh, I love baking. You hear that? I'm vlogging and my neighbors are shooting. Pretty close too. I made sure everybody's in the house, all the dogs and everybody, and the chickens are put up, so everyone is safe. Except for me. Oh, I'm sure he'll miss me. Miss me, miss me. Now I won't let you kiss me. Oh no. Alright. A couple pieces of parchment paper here, and I'm going to put my dough in between them and see if we can roll some out. I might even spray it a little with some non-stick just to see if we can really get it to come off. Spray it, don't spit it. Okay. Oh, I chilled the dough for just a little bit. I could have chilled it some more, but I'm impatient as always. I think half the fun of the holidays is having cookies that you can cut out and stuff. It's always fun to do. Especially if you have grandchildren or something over. So I'm just going to roll out this little piece at a time. Never was a really good roller person. As far as like getting it all even and everything. Not really. Like I said, not a cook. Experimenter. Well, since it's early before Thanksgiving, I'm just going to do hearts. Hearts match every season. Put the extras over there. I sure hope these turn out. This would be awesome if these turn out. I always say that about my recipes, if they turn out, because they don't always. But cookies are, pretty universal type of things. They typically turn out pretty good. That's a cookie with a little bite out of its heart. I'm going to space these a bit apart because I don't know how much they're going to raise. My grandmothers were very puffy. My great-grandmothers. I do remember her. And I'm very fortunate to remember her. She did speak German. Used to have recordings of her doing German poetry and stuff. But when her family and her came to America, they said, You're in America now, speak American. So the only time she would speak German was at Christmas time when she did poems. I loved it. Yes, I would have been bilingual. Which would have been a lovely thing to be. Now I can barely speak American. I don't call it English. We don't really speak English. We speak some form of whoosie Watson. All right. Oh, I lost my cookie cutter. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is all I'm going to do for now, because we're just going to see how these cook. Oh, I set the temperature on that 355. The recipe that was online called for 350. My oven's a little wonky. So I got these about 1/4 inch thick. I'm going to put them in there. Fix my little bite here on the side. There you go. For 10 minutes and check on them. Okay, wow. 10 minutes, 355. And I'm thinking maybe only 8 minutes would be good. I mean, but they're browned, but they're soft and cake-like. Now, their recipe did say to leave them on the cookie sheet until they cooled significantly. So we're going to do that. And while they're hot, though, I'm going to sprinkle them with a little bit of that leftover sugar. I could have probably just used it and put it on before I baked them, but, you know, guess who's not that bright? That would be me. So, oh, here it is. This is my butterscotch infused monk fruit, erythritol, and stevia mix. I am going to just go ahead and sprinkle it on. Hope in some ways it just melts in there. I could also mix it with a little, you know, cream cheese and ice them. Just a little sweetener and softened cream cheese would be good. But these are probably going to get frozen and stored until the holidays, or well, some of them will. The ones that don't make it to Debbie, my mom, or in my mouth. So I'm going to call this a winner. I'm going to let these cool. I'm going to do another batch, just regular, like we all do sugar cookies. Roll them in balls, squash them with a glass dipped in sugar, and bake them for just 8 minutes on the 355. So we'll see how that turns out. So I sprayed the bottom of my jar with some avocado oil. You could use melted butter. And I've got my butterscotch infused erythritol, monk fruit stevia, and that's all you do is just stamp them down with the sugar on them. This is the way my great-grandmother did it and the way I usually do it. I just wanted to show you you could do shapes. And there you go. Back in the oven, we're going to do these for 8 minutes at 355 and see how they turn out. Perfection achieved. 8 minutes, 9 minutes nearly, I guess, on the silicone cookie sheet. You just have to keep an eye on them. It depends on what you're cooking them on. And here these are, all cooled off. As you can see, I got them a little overdone, but not bad. And now for the taste test. You have my heart. Where's my heart at? This looks like the right side to you, but it's the other side. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Crispy around the edges. Kind of soft in the middle. These are going to be somewhere middle, crispy, soft. Probably after they sit a while, they're going to go soft because they got a high fat content, which is good for keto dieting. All right. I recommend this recipe. I really like the butterscotch sugar on it. Probably not the best thing in the world to be eating. I better wait till I get the turkey unthawed, and then we'll do it tomorrow. Bye-bye. Love you all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep up with the insanity. Thank God Angus is going to be okay. And we'll get him fixed up on December the 8th is when his surgery is scheduled for. So thank you all. Blessings. I love you all. Bye-bye.
Smell my foot, you! Smell it! Smell it!
Smell smells like, Parmesan.
That's right. It smells like Parmesan. And don't you forget it.
Poor guy.